Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Nio, but before I start the video, guys, I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It is just my personal opinion and for educational purposes only. So that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we're going to be doing a video about Nio. Should you buy Nio stock at $33.70? What's been going on with Nio? Why hasn't Nio been performing the way it should be, or why people haven't basically expecting it to do as good as people think that Nio is going to do? Now let's dive in. Let's kind of give a recap at the year. If we take a look at the 1 year chart, Nio is actually down 15.62% for the year. I'm not going to lie, it was not a very good year for Chinese stocks in general, and it definitely was not a good year for Nio as far as its overall stock price goes. We could definitely see that a lot of people holding Nio are probably very frustrated overall, just because Nio hasn't been performing its part, right? We see a lot of volatility with Nio. You know, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go back down. If we take a look at the 1 month chart, down 21%, 3 month chart as well, down 11%. But look at the 1 year, you see all these, basically it'll go up and then down and then up and then down. Obviously, like I said, there's been a lot of stuff recently with China that's just kind of been, you know, making it a lot harder for a lot of these Chinese stocks to grow. We know that, the Chinese government is cracking down more on tech. We know that, just recently we had the Evergrande situation, and that obviously was not very good for Nio stock in itself. We had a lot of Chinese ETFs and Alibaba having a couple of allegations. And, generally speaking, a lot of the Chinese stocks tend to follow the same trend. So if one Chinese stock is red, usually all of them are red. So generally speaking, it has not been a very good year for Nio. But does this pose the question, is right now a very good time to buy Nio stock? Is Nio stock going to play its part? What are my overall price predictions for 2022? What can we expect from Nio at this point? Now, I want everybody to know, although Nio stock price hasn't really been playing its part, I know Nio stock has been sinking. I know, Nio's kind of been trading in the sideways motion for over the last year. Like I said, people generally are getting a little bit frustrated now, but we have to look at the bigger picture when it comes to Nio. Because, for me, I do think that Nio is going to be a very successful EV company. I do think that Nio is going to be one of the major players in the EV game. Because if you take a look at it from the bigger perspective, nothing has changed fundamentally about Nio stock to make it reflect its overall stock price. I think it's a lot of external factors that are playing its part on Nio that are definitely kicking it in its stock price. But, Nio is still selling cars. Nio is still growing. Nio is still managing their debt. Nio is still releasing the ET7 sedan. I know we got Nio Day coming up. I believe it's either this week or next week. We know that Nio is still selling cars. We know that they're getting closer and closer to profitability. And Nio is still managing to do very, very well, despite the overall chip shortage that's been going around the world, hurting a lot of overall car companies. Like I said, it has not been a good year for EV companies in general, aside from Tesla, but even Tesla's kind of been trading in the same range as well. It did get a little bit of a rally, but quickly fell back down. But a lot of EV companies are not really doing too well right now, and it's been like this since February. Right when the crash started to happen overall, we took a look at it from the bigger perspective, and we saw that a lot of EV companies generally were on the decline in the year of 2021. But if anything, what are my overall expectations for Nio going into 2022? What's my overall stock price prediction? Now, I did have a stock price prediction of Nio stock to hit $70 by the end of this year. I did not know that there was going to be so many external factors. And this is exactly why I say nothing in my videos is financial advice, because you never know what's going to happen in the market. You never know what external factors are going to hurt the stock price. In the case of Nio genuinely didn't do anything wrong as an overall company to basically get its stock price beat in half. It's a lot of external factors that were at play, a lot of uncontrollables. There's nothing we can really do about that. All we can do is be optimistic that Nio is still growing as a company. Nio is still doing the right thing. Nio is on the verge of success, and hope that Nio is going to be a top winner. But for me, I'm still adding to my Nio positions. I'm always adding. I now have 1,000 shares in this specific portfolio. And the reason why I keep adding to Nio is because I do think that Nio is going to be a winner in the long term. Yes, we did not have a good year in 2021. 2021 is not over yet. We can see if Nio can still manage to get to $40, $50 by the end of this year. We're going to have to see what happens. But that does not make me any less bullish on Nio in 2022. I do think we're going to see great things from Nio in the year 2022. I do think we're going to see a huge, increase in its overall stock price. My overall price prediction for Nio stock, it could potentially hit $100, but at a minimum, I do think that Nio Stock is at least going to hit $75 by the end of 2022. I do think that Nio can achieve an over 100% growth. Like I said, a lot of external factors played into the part of Nio, but Nio is still doing its job as an overall car company. It's still playing its part. Hopefully from now on, we're going to head into 22 with a very optimistic mindset. Hopefully there's no more bad news with China and overall in itself, but people are still adding to Nio. No analysts have changed any ratings on Nio in itself. We have the BOF analysts, the Goldman Sachs analysts, all these analysts who are still super bullish on Nio Stock and what Nio actually does be able to bring to the table. Like I said, it's expanding, it's selling cars in Norway. Its ET7 sedan is dropping very, very soon, and they're continuing to expand like crazy. And the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway from the videos, I am super bullish on Nio. Obviously, like I said, it's not financial advice, but if we take a look at it from the bigger perspective, Nio is set to grow. EV in general is set to grow, but with Nio, it's definitely going to be a patience game more than anything. You cannot expect a 100%, 200%, 300% growth overnight with these types of stocks. These stocks are ones you hold for the long term. I do think that Nio by 2025 is going to be about $150, maybe even $200 a share. A lot of people are like, that's so far away. That's the thing. This is the time to get in now. Do not wait until the stock price is already super high, buying it at 66 or 67, 70, 80, $90 when you could have had the chance to buy Nio Stock at $33.64. So that does pose the question, is Nio Stock a good buy at $33.66? I personally believe so. I do think that Nio Stock is a very good buy at $33.67. I do think that Nio does have a lot to offer in the long term as EV continues to grow, as a lot more companies are definitely looking to turn EV. We have these, car companies that have been selling gas cars their whole life are putting a lot more focus into their EV side. Why? Because it is going to be the future. EV is eventually going to take over, and there's nothing really much that can be said about that. So I do think that Nio is definitely going to be a winner in the year of 2022, and I do think that people should invest in Nio Stock. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of Nio Stock. Do you guys think Nio Stock can hit $75 by the end of next year? If you guys own Nio Stock, how many shares do you guys own, and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.